Hello and welcome to the Boss Body Podcast. This is Sarah Haas. I am so glad you're here. And if you are new to the podcast, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. As you know, we are very much in the thick of summertime right now, and hopefully you are enjoying some much deserved time off, maybe some vacations planned. Maybe you have kids who are home for the summertime. And a lot of times with summer, our schedule can get a little more relaxed. Maybe you don't have so many after school activities with your kids, or you're taking some time off from work, which is wonderful. However, there's also a lot of extra activities and extra indulgences and temptations that can come along with it. Vacations, pool parties, going to the lake. We've had graduation parties. We've had Memorial Day parties, 4th of July, Labor Day, all those great things that come along with summer. And we're grilling burgers. There are appetizers galore, chips and dip and cheese and crackers and desserts everywhere, and going out for ice cream and having extra cocktails. And a lot of us have been working really hard all year to stick to a wellness plan. Maybe you've been able to release some weight, or you've incorporated some exercise and are watching what you're eating. And then along comes summer and it can derail even the best intentions. But you don't want to feel deprived. You still want to be able to enjoy some of the extra indulgences that come along with summer. But I want to share some tips with you today about how you can enjoy all the deliciousness of summer without chucking your entire wellness plan and ending up back at square one when fall comes around and having to start all over again. And this is an issue that I see with so many women. It's that weight cycling, it's that losing and gaining, it's getting on a wellness program, seeing some progress, and then something interrupts the schedule, whether that's a vacation or a holiday or whatever. And instead of sticking to your goals, you get these temptations and you start giving in, and then you indulge a little more and a little more and a little more. And pretty soon it spirals out to the point that you're like, oh, well, forget it. I've messed up. I'm just going to be off my plan right now. I'll worry about it later. And then that's where that starting over again and again and again keeps happening. I hear from so many women that they have lost and gained the same 5, 10, 15, whatever pounds over and over and over again over years. And I don't want that to be the case for you. So I want to share a few tips today so that you can still stay on track without feeling like you're depriving yourself or like you're on a diet. I want to teach you about a concept that I teach all of my clients, and I call it adding in to crowd out. Because if you're always focused on what you shouldn't do, what you shouldn't have, what you shouldn't eat, you're going to be thinking about food all the time, worrying about food all the time, beating yourself up over and over again if you don't stick to your plan perfectly. And that doesn't work. It's not sustainable long term. So instead of focusing on what I don't want to have or what I shouldn't have, I encourage you to change your mindset and think about what things can you add in. What do you need to add in that will nourish and satisfy your body and help you get healthier and help you have more energy and help you release weight and help you feel amazing? And I've found that this concept works amazingly over the summer. And I just got back from a 2 week family beach vacation. So I know all too well how tempting it can be and how many extra indulgences come across your plate, pun intended, when you go somewhere, or even just in everyday life. So, I want to share with you some of the tactics that I use personally and that I teach all my clients that you can use over the summer to stay on track pretty much and not lose traction on all the good you've done so far this year. And the first thing, probably the most important, is to focus on adding in protein. Protein is so crucial for your body to work optimally, for you to feel full, and for you to build and maintain muscle mass. And muscle mass is the primary driver of your metabolism because muscles burn calories all day long, even when you're resting, even when you're sitting, even when you are asleep. And a lot of women do not get enough protein in their day. So if you learn one thing from this podcast today, the number one way that you can help yourself stay on track that you need to add in is protein. When you're adding in protein consistently, you're going to have less room and less hunger for the other not so healthy stuff. So when you sit down to a meal, I don't care if this is a meal out to dinner, something you cooked yourself, something at a party, something at someone else's house. Number one is where is my protein? And that's what you want to put on your plate first. And I get asked all the time, how much protein do I need? And the answer is that varies from individual to individual. It depends on your weight. It depends on your height. It depends on your age. It depends on whether you're male or female, and it depends on your activity level. So I cannot give you a definite answer, but what I usually teach women is make sure you're getting about a palm-sized portion of protein at every meal. So start there, and you're going to see a huge difference because when dessert time rolls around, you're going to be much less tempted because you've added in something that helps your body feel full and satisfied. The second thing that you can always add in is body movement. When I go on vacation to the beach, I wake up every day and start with moving my body in some way. I would run on the beach or walk. I would take a bike ride. I brought my hand weights to the beach so I could do a quick workout routine. And I also have a gym membership, and it's a franchise. So there was a gym nearby that I went to a couple of times. And this doesn't have to be any huge time investment. It doesn't have to be a hardcore workout. Choose something that you enjoy. And this goes for when you're on vacation and when you're at home. If you enjoy dancing, take a Zumba class, take a ballet bar class, do something to move your body. Maybe you love to walk and get out in nature. Go out in the morning before it gets too hot, or maybe in the evenings after dinner. Make it fun. Meet with friends, get a group of ladies together because when you're talking and walking, it can go by really quickly. Ride your bike, swim, go for hikes. There's so many ways to get in that exercise, and it is incredible how that can add up. 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day really increases your daily calorie burn, and it gives you a little bit of wiggle room when it comes to indulgences. So find something you like. You're much more likely to stick to it and do it consistently on a regular basis. If you're starting from zero, add it in one time a week, maybe two times a week, and then increase from there. You can start walking for a little bit longer. Start out with 10 minutes and then build up to 20 and continue on from there. Add another day. Maybe you add it up, you increase it to 3 days a week. Eventually, you want to be doing at least 30 minutes, 5 or 6 days a week. And you will see a huge benefit, not just in your weight and being able to maintain or release weight, but also your energy and the way you feel. You're building strength, you're building mobility so that you can be active and strong and do everything that you want to do for decades to come. So I can't stress the importance of getting out and moving your body. And that doesn't take away from any of the fun that you're going to have this summer. You're just adding that in. And the third thing that I want to suggest that you add in is water. It sounds so simple, but it makes a huge difference. You've got to stay hydrated. Your body has to have water to work optimally. And if your body doesn't have enough water, that's where water retention and weight gain comes in. Because if your body isn't getting enough water on a regular basis, it's going to hold on, it's going to retain that water. And that's why if you increase your water intake, you will see a couple pounds of weight release relatively quickly because your body no longer has to hold on and retain that water that it needs to function. The other thing is, a lot of times when your body is signaling thirst, we misinterpret that as hunger. So if you're constantly dehydrated, you're going to end up eating more throughout the day to try to satisfy your body's need for hydration. And we do need extra water in the summer because it's hot, we're sweating. And if you're adding in that extra activity that I mentioned earlier, your body is going to need more water. And it's so simple and it's so easy to add that in to crowd out some of the extras. These three simple things, eating more protein, adding in more movement, and making sure you stay hydrated, can make a huge difference in how you feel and the results that you get by the end of summer. You can actually release weight just by incorporating these three things. They can be huge, they can really make a huge difference. Or you can at least maintain your weight. I know many women end up gaining a few pounds over the summer, like I said earlier, and then you end up having to start all over again in the fall. And I don't want that for you. So I hope that you will take at least one of these strategies and start incorporating it in your life on a regular basis. And I also hope you have a wonderful summer. Enjoy some of those indulgences without guilt, and then let it go and keep adding in what your body needs to feel amazing. And to help you a little bit further, I want to give you even more tips and strategies to help you stay healthy this summer. So, I want to offer you my Healthy Summer Survival Guide that's going to give you even more to help you on this journey. It's absolutely free. You can grab it in the link below and take it and run with it and stay healthy and happy and energetic all summer long. Thank you again so much for being here, and I'll see you soon.